I always think about that because I always see it. You
Mhm.
find that spot where something's not too easy or too hard, and when you find that just right spot and kids smile.
Hi, my name is Erin Keeney, and I'm the course coordinator with Math Perspectives. And I'm joined today by Nicole Jawhari. Hi, Nicole. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for joining me today. So, first, I want to hear a little bit about yourself and the background of what you're doing right now.
I'm an elementary teacher and I've taught kids pre-K through 4th grade. And right now I have the opportunity to support teachers pre-K through 5th grade. So I'm not currently in the classroom. I currently support teachers throughout Southern Nevada in elementary mathematics.
Tell me what brought you to using AMC and DNC originally. How'd you find out about those two?
So I was teaching kindergarten at the time. I had moved to a new school teaching kindergarten, and I was fortunate enough to have a training by Sue Dolphin right before the start of the year. And she introduced me to developing number concepts stations and assessing math concepts, the counting assessment at the time, since I was teaching kindergarten. And everything she showed me just made so much sense. Yeah, because from my experience before, I had taught kindergarten for a while, and before I'd taught preschool. And in preschool, we did choice. Like, it made complete sense to allow kids to have choice and to give them the autonomy and the power. And I had tried to continue that in my kindergarten classroom. The curriculums that I was being told to use didn't support that. So I tried to kind of do it on my own. And when I was introduced to all of the materials from developing math concepts, it met kids, because at the heart of all of Kathy Richardson's work is listening to kids.
Yeah. Well, take me back a little bit. You said you had a kindergarten classroom and you've been in other classrooms. What did that look like when you were using developing number concepts? What were the kids doing during that time in your classroom?
So I would usually start math by doing a number talk. So it was kind of a way that the class that we all like to start math, by having all the kids on the carpet with me and us just doing a number talk.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I think, the best formative assessment there is, to kind of see where all your kids are at in their learning. And then after a number talk, we would kind of review as a class what station opportunities there were for the day, and kids would think about their goals, what they wanted to work hard on that day in stations. They would have the ability to go and choose a station that fit their needs. They were all focused around the same concept. With time, kids were really able to understand what was the right place for them to work. And I could then, as a teacher, push into a station and ask questions, or even just work alongside a student and observe them at work instead of always interrupting the work that they were doing. Sometimes I would even pull a small group to work with me with a specific station, or small group, depending on what kids needed. Or sometimes I would assess a student on the counting assessment or hiding assessment, depending on what time of the year we were at and what kids needed at that point. But a lot of times I just spent with kids working in stations.
That's awesome. Since you were using developing number concepts in your classroom for a while and number talks, what eventually led you to becoming an instructor with Math Perspectives?
So the more I learned about developing number concepts and used it in my classroom, the stronger of an advocate I was for the materials with my grade levels, with the teachers that I had the opportunity to work with. And then as I transitioned from the role of being a classroom teacher to someone who was able to support teachers, I couldn't think of better materials out there to use with teachers. So no matter what curriculum they had adopted at their school, developing number concepts and then the accompanying like assessments give teachers and students really what they need. So I was fortunate to continue to work with Sue Dolphin. In my current role, I still get to work with Sue Dolphin for the state of Nevada. And throughout that time, I also got to know Kathy as well. Eventually, I got to be an instructor of developing number concepts and AMC and number talks as well. It's followed what I've already known and done and know is best for teachers. It's just I get to kind of carry that on with working with you guys at Math Perspectives.
So it was a very seamless transition. It was just you were
Yes.
already in it it and then you just continued on.
Yeah, I just get to do what I know is best for kids and best for teachers.
Yeah, that's awesome. You've been an instructor for a little while, and you've done developing number concepts, assessing math concepts, and number talks. Can you describe a little bit what a course looks like?
There's
That's a
some
loaded
difference.
question.
There could be differences between the different courses, right? Like you could
Yeah.
have a number talks course that might be a day versus a developing math concepts course that's several days long. But at the heart of all of those trainings, no matter what the focus is, they're all going to be focused on kids thinking.
Mhm.
That's really at the heart of all of the work that we do at Math Perspectives. Because if we can truly listen to kids, then we can know where they are in their development of math concepts and use that information for us as practitioners.
Since you've been using the materials for so long and you've been reading Kathy's work, what's something that Kathy has either said or written that you continue to think about to this day?
Just yesterday, like actually, I don't think I can leave a classroom actually without thinking this at some point. But just yesterday, I had the opportunity to be in classrooms modeling Kathy stations all day in kindergarten through second grade classrooms. And I didn't leave a class without thinking about Kathy saying, look for the smile.
Yeah.
I always think about that because I always see it. You
Mhm.
find that spot where something's not too easy or too hard, and when you find that just right spot and kids smile.
Yeah.
I was leaving a classroom yesterday, like we'd cleaned up all of the stations and was getting a couple kids to share their thoughts, and this one kid was so excited to share, and they looked at their paper and they said, I realized that 5 + 2 = 7, and then I realized that 2 + 5 = 7, and I realized it's just like if I turn my body around, it's the same thing. It's still the same amount.
Yeah.
And they weren't looking for validation. They weren't looking for anyone to tell them good job or like, wow, you're amazing. They just really were excited about that and wanted to share it. And
Yeah.
the day went on, but they had that smile.
Yeah.
It's like that's what Kathy means when she says that.
That's so great that you get to experience that a lot and that you get to see that smile.
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
so lucky.
Well, thank you so much, Nicole, for joining me today. I really appreciate jumping on this call with you and talking about your experience working with Math Perspectives.
Thank you, Erin.
Math Perspectives provides professional development for educators of grades pre-K through 5 mathematics. Our instructor team is made up of highly qualified classroom teachers who have used our materials and practices with students in their own classrooms. A link is provided below for our professional development offerings. Booking a course is as easy as calling us at 360-715-2782 or emailing info@mathperspectives.com. Kathy Richardson, one of the nation's leading educators of elementary mathematics, is the primary author of the books used in our courses. These books provide teachers with the information they need to understand how children learn mathematics. Kathy has developed assessments that help uncover what students truly know so that teachers can provide them with meaningful experiences in a safe learning environment that helps ensure the success of all students.